What is something we have in this relationship that you didn't think was possible?
If I could go back, I would not do anything different.
You choose me again.
I would choose you all every day. I do choose you every day.
Oh.
Yeah.
Be all being twala.
So if you're not thinking about the stuff that you need to do for yourself, right? Then you're going to be in trouble. If you allow your spouse to be chosen by a committee,
You're in trouble.
which is the same thing to your marriage. If you allow your marriage to be guided by
Committee.
we've had the situations where you had people around you who would say,
Me?
yeah,
Mr. Weed.
what to look out for when getting married to a partner who already has a child or children.
Happy Friday. Welcome back to another episode of the Good Wife Podcast. It's good to be back. I hope you are subscribed and you have given this episode a thumbs up. I always see people in the comments say things like, I have liked before I watch, and I love you for it. So please give this episode a thumbs up and of course share it with your friends, with your community. And yeah, my husband is back. I was at a wedding last weekend and they were like, I met a couple and they were like, oh, we like the shows you do with Ben. I was like, excuse me, it is my show.
So you're jealous of your husband? Who is jealous of their
I
husband?
could never be.
I'm a supportive husband.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
So thank you for being here.
Pleasure to be here.
Yeah.
Always. I love being in your presence.
Do you now?
I do actually love being in your company. Yeah.
Okay.
Except you
That
don't seem to feel
compliment
the
needs
same
to
way.
be tested. It needs to be tested.
You want me to share what happened this morning?
No, I knew you were going to go there, babe. Why do you like bringing our home things?
Because husbands have rights.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
Please don't share.
I like your show.
Was a private moment. Thank you.
Yeah, I think you do a good job.
So, thank you very much. And I've met many people who agree with you. So thank you for coming, for being available in the midst of your busy work day.
Don't say that.
I don't say that. The boss might be watching. Anyway, before we get into our conversation today, I want to say a big thank you to Newman's Foods Limited, who support this channel every single week to bring you this content. If you want snacks of any kind, you want hard corn, you want sim, you want gonja crisps, you want potato crisps, you want popcorn, you want cashew nuts, they're available. Any leading supermarket, you'll get yourself premium quality snacks. And then if you are into natural body care products, Rita Naturals is the go-to. They've got amazing products that smell divine.
Yeah.
And one of the things I appreciate about them is they have products for both men and women.
I use their stuff.
You really do.
Yeah, so we're having this chat before we actually started recording about how it's so easy to plug things that you're not plugging because it's personal.
True.
Rita Naturals we use. Newman's, I think we have emotional shares in the business.
Yes, we do.
So
Hi, Rosette.
So it's so effortless, and I think that's how stuff is.
Yeah.
There are certain things that you will promote not because you're being paid or whatever, but simply because you actually like the stuff.
Tried and tested.
Yeah. So
And then, of course, to La Ropi oil. That's hair oil and facial moisturizer. I started using the face moisturizer this year. It's a chia seed and omega-3 facial oil, and it has transformed my
I don't think you're making enough noise about La Ropi.
I'm not?
No.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. I think they deserve a lot more noise.
They do.
Yeah.
Their products are all over my home, and my face shows.
Yeah.
The oil is lightweight. I use it both day and night for moisturizing. So it's part of my very simple, basic skincare routine. And so if you've been wondering who is responsible for the glow, La Ropi oil.
Yeah.
That's the facial moisturizer. And then, of course, the anti-itch, which I used to talk about on my socials and still do.
I should have a chat with them and have them make you a full brand ambassador. Again, it's a natural fit because you're not plugging anything. This is the stuff that actually works.
It does.
Because I've seen that.
You
I can be your agent. Yeah, I'll represent you. Yeah, so
Cool. So now that I've gotten my thank yous out of the way, welcome again,
Thank you.
husband. And every time you're here, I use that opportunity to make you talk because you don't like conversation.
yeah, you've read the cards again, haven't you?
Of course, I have read the cards. So this is by Daisy Sunshine. So this is forever. They are date night cards. If you're looking for conversation starters, this is the perfect deck.
Yeah.
It covers everything from sex and intimacy to communication to friendship with your spouse to handling those issues that seem to be sticky. Yeah.
We are long overdue for date night with Mark
I
and
like
Daisy.
that those, yes. Oh, I thought you were saying we're long overdue for our personal date night.
That's true. Yeah.
But yes,
Yeah.
Mark and Daisy,
Yeah.
they need to come. So
It's been a while. So let's see. I'll pick the top one. No? You see, you probably
the ones
rigged.
I have read,
I'm sure you rigged this. So
we're only going to do one round.
all right. How have I changed since we first met? What hasn't changed at all about me?
That card sounds familiar. Why do I feel like I've answered it before? Have I?
No, you haven't.
How have you changed since we first met? And what hasn't changed? So I would say you are more attuned to the needs of a woman or to how a woman is made
I've
up.
learned how to listen.
A little
Are you
more.
listening? I know.
I'm
It's a
coming.
big deal. I have learned how to listen.
Yeah, you were very male. You still are.
Yeah. I mean, what do you expect?
I don't even think it has anything to do with
It
your
does,
tribe.
actually.
Okay, maybe 70%.
Yeah.
But I feel like you're more attuned to how women think, how women feel. Even though it doesn't make sense to you, you're making effort
Yeah.
to listen more and acknowledge more. And
Prayer, commitment, and effort. I pensing.
I guess it did. What hasn't changed? I think you are still very male in many ways.
Oh, I can't even answer for you. I still don't do dishes. I still don't mop the bathroom floor.
You still don't lay the bed.
No, I've never laid the bed. It's never going to happen.
Don't say that.
I'm
Maybe I'm secretly hoping you'll start laying the bed.
look for other things.
Wow.
Yeah,
All
bed
right.
should be allowed to be fresh and have aeration because you're going to lie in it anyway.
Your explanations never make sense.
For every man, they do. Most men, they do.
I don't know about that.
Your turn.
What is something we have in this relationship that you didn't think was possible?
What do we have in this relationship that I didn't think was possible?
It's a little similar to the one I've just asked you,
Yeah,
but I guess it goes both ways.
I think it does. We don't fight. We don't.
We don't.
When did we last fight?
This year,
It wasn't a fight.
it was not.
No.
Hey, what was it?
You threw a tantrum, which made sense. Yeah, I accepted. And
This is the first time I'm hearing you say you accepted. Tell
but
me
I
more.
always do.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you raised very genuine concerns. I
You considered.
pleaded guilty.
That was not a fight.
No, it wasn't.
Babe, do you want me to reveal secrets here?
No, listen. So there was the way we managed it, right? Caused a little bit of friction.
Not a little, a lot of friction.
Okay, there was
Okay,
some.
on my part. Maybe let me speak for
and
myself.
that's the thing. So, but for me, again, as I always say, I knew, okay, she's mad at me. I need to figure out how to make this a little bit better. It's going to take a bit of time. So I need to slow down and wait for this thing to boil over.
Can we talk about that approach? Since we are here on the air and they are witnesses,
Yeah.
what's your thinking when you say, let me wait so that this thing can blow?
Because if we try to get into it at that point, what's most likely going to happen is that there's going to be emotions both ways, right? Because even in your anger or stress or whatever, tension there is, justified or not, right? Your emotions are going to be in such a manner that you might say things that are not necessary at that point. The challenge is that if I then respond to the things that I think are unnecessary and shouldn't have been said, regardless of like now where I know that the points you're raising are genuine, you're going to find us in a position where I am now responding to other things and thereby escalating a fight beyond what the actual issue is.
True.
Where in this case, the issue is valid, it's genuine, right? And has been considered. But then now it brings in other things, which is why you find couples a lot of the time saying, but even you never. You're dealing with something else.
Right.
But then they bring other things all together.
Right.
So for me, the argument is when I am confronted with something like that, what I'm going to do is, and we talked about this many times before, think ahead. The stuff we're talking about when one of the sessions we're going to do.
Yes.
Is this thing going to matter in 4 years' time? No, it won't. Am I going to leave my marriage? No, I am not. Do I see us being okay in the near future? Yes, I think I do. All right. So maintain calm and peace. Try not to escalate this thing any further. Walk calmly. And here we are.
So can I tell you what's really unfair about that approach?
What you think is unfair about that approach.
What I know.
What you feel.
1000% is unfair about that approach. Everything you have just explained,
right?
You did not tell me when we were going through the trenches. You didn't.
I didn't, but...
But what? I'm giving you feedback, so take it. You did not explain to me when we were going through the trenches. And...
I did say...
Babe,
we are going to be okay.
I just sat here and listened to you. Can you sit and listen to me, please? Are we fighting on my show?
We don't fight.
We don't fight.
No.
Anyway, my submission is, while that approach seems logical,
right,
and in a court of law,
which it is,
the judge would be like, yeah, Ben, that's very mature of you.
Right.
When we are going through this season, which you are calling a non-fight, it would make sense for you to say, babe, emotions are high right now. Can we just cool off and return to this conversation when we are both level-headed?
Do you think you'll hear?
Actually, I am telling you, babe, I would hear you. You're not listening, and I'm not done with my submission.
Okay.
You think I wouldn't listen, but I would have appreciated hearing that sentiment.
Because at that time...
I'm not done. When you consistently refuse to engage in a matter because you have some process in the back end of your mind, which you have not communicated to your wife,
right,
and I keep meeting a wall trying to engage with you, it basically communicates to me that you don't care. It communicates to me that me, I'm good. I have already processed this thing 4 years ahead. In fact, I am okay. All the while, your wife is spiraling out of control. It demonstrates a lack of care, a lack of empathy. Basically, you're thinking about yourself.
That's not true.
I submit and let's enter our conversation.
Gentlemen, comments.
Comments for who?
For in that moment,
it is not
even
true,
as you
but
find
you
the question,
didn't communicate.
Listen, at that time, I hear you and they're not communicating. What you don't understand is this. And it's something that you women never get. Yeah, I'm going there.
But you have said you women never.
You women never get this. Right? And that one I will state emphatically, you women never get this. When you're in that moment and something has irked you or riled you or rubbed you the wrong way, right? Your emotions are usually so high, especially if it happens around a particular time where even you don't know what's happening with your hormones and blah, 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 blah.
We're blaming the period.
I am not. I'm just saying that it sometimes, when that happens, anything that a person tries to say at that point, please do remember that even me as a man, there are these things I'm listening and I'm thinking, but wait, that maybe you're exaggerating something or whatever. And what is going to happen is that even if I try and say, listen, you need to calm down, at that moment, your emotions are so high that you're actually going to get even angrier. And then what happens for a lot of men is that they will be like, you know what, be too much. Then they will say something also silly. That thing goes from 0 to 100 and makes things so much worse so quickly that it takes a lot more work to disentangle.
There's actually a question here on conflict, and I feel like we're already answering the question. My thing is, one, you are assuming that that's how I am going. Yes, there's patterns, there's history,
Precedent.
there's
Yeah.
precedence. Yes, I agree. But you need to remember that, first of all, women, yes, we are bundled as emotional, but we are all different. And babe, I know you know me. I am not dramatic. I really am not. I only get dramatic and riled up when I feel like I'm not being heard. And that's rare.
This is true.
It
This
is
is true.
extremely rare.
I'll give you that, yes.
So the day that I blew up, you should know that it was from me trying to say, look, I'm trying to get your audience. I said so many things that, again, in a court of law, if I presented my evidence, the judge would be like, but Mr. Mwine.
And my instant response was,
What was your response?
I hear you.
Did you say that?
I did. I have receipts.
Really?
Yes. The problem was that even in me hearing you, right, because of the way you wanted things to be done in a particular manner, if
You were not
if you
willing to
remember,
engage.
yes, if you remember, even you came back and admitted that your approach was a little more high-handed than it should have been,
True, but I stood by my sentiments.
which I accepted and conceded, which proves my point.
No, it does not.
Again, anyway, the comments
Our
will,
audience is
will,
probably
will
wondering,
pick up
what
the
were they
fight.
fighting about? What?
Yeah.
Anyway, so we are back with
I
our...
killed her cat. No, I don't kill animals. You might get cancelled by YouTube.
With our final batch of questions. I know this has taken us so long.
Yeah.
But
and,
yes,
and it's almost now time to actually ask for
more?
a new batch. Yeah.
that will be for next year.
But it's what we do. I think you probably don't realize this, but for me, actually answering this question usually is therapeutic. It actually
Gives you an opportunity to think,
and also to learn and say, oh, by the way, how do we
do that?
I don't know if people realize that doing this show is actually, I think, more beneficial
helpful
for us.
It is. It's more helpful for us. I think it's a mirror
Yeah.
to look into and say, see how far we've come, but also see how much, like, we still have a long way to go.
Yeah. I do have a confession to make. I love watching The Good Wife because it allows me to get to know you better.
Does it?
It does.
But I don't confess too much on this show, do I?
But even the things that you let out for me are usually enough to be able to pick up on certain things that normally I probably would have missed out. So I'm grateful.
Okay. So I'll give you the honor.
All right. Let's get some questions answered here. What does it say?
We have to finish, babe. We have about...
We'll try and run through this, I promise. Kindly inquiring if there are single Christian men who are ready to settle down. I'm open for a meetup. I do actually have a bunch of men who I think would be available. So share your... we can... There's a thing we're supposed to do with Comfort. Set up some sort of date night for singles to come and just...
Mingle.
Yeah, mingle. And
Okay.
so Comfort...
You have work to do.
We have work to do.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of good people. I meet a lot of good men. I know a lot of good men who are single. I know a lot of good women who I don't believe are still single. I think it's about the right timing and being in the right spaces.
All right.
So, yeah. But there are...
I also like that you are bold enough to ask. I think that there are many people who are not open to how they meet their future spouse. They don't believe in things like online dating. They don't believe in things like being set up.
Yeah. Matchmaking. Which actually works.
They really do.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because I'm on this side of the fence, but I feel like maybe I would have become a bit more open-minded to how I meet my husband if I had never met you.
Yeah.
I find that we have this thing in our minds that, you're supposed to meet, fall in love.
Hollywood has built us.
It really has.
That is Hollywood nonsense.
That we are in the workplace and then there's a guy checking you out, or you're at church and, someone taps your shoulder, says you're pretty, can I have your number? And yet there's so many other ways that, two people...
Boring ways.
Boring ways, yes.
But
non-conventional. But
will still get you to where... I think it's about alignment of purpose and goals. It's about having... I think for me, having boring conversations early enough.
That's true.
Where you're able to say, look, this is who I am. This is what I want to do. This is what I believe. Then another person says this, some stuff. And then things, you figure it out.
Yeah. So I would say trust God and be open to how you meet you will be surprised I'm tempted to share Sam and Esther's story, but
Yeah.
I mean, they've shared it publicly. So Sam and Esther met online.
Yeah.
Yeah, they met through the Instagram DMs.
And those guys are so annoying.
Sam
My
is
God,
my
they are
little
so
brother.
lovey-dovey.
They are.
It's irritating. Say, Esther,
Sam. Hi,
Sam,
Esther.
hi, you guys. I'm like, you guys, come on.
Don't make us feel
Give
bad.
us a break, man. But yeah,
Yeah.
again, it's a thing of alignment. And then again, God just somehow,
Yeah.
and they're like a perfect match.
They are perfect. They really are.
yeah,
They
so-
really are perfect. Okay. How do you manage helping relatives? I mean, close ones without it being a big deal in your home? Should we abandon our family because we got married? That's a
Sounds like it's in the middle of a fight. Thin line that needs to be strong enough,
okay.
right? So there's a very thin line between where do you draw the line between helping and having boundaries. But that very thin line needs to be strong enough that there are certain things that you don't cross. And I'll give you some very basic examples. Every year, I think now I hear stories of how people have helped every single relative that they have, only to get to the point where they then need help, and the same relatives that they were willing to die for
Yeah.
completely abandon them.
Yeah.
And so you've got to first make sure that you've secured certain things for yourself before you can go to help. If you haven't paid school fees for your kids,
Rent.
what would that relative do if you didn't have that money? Because I'm sure the help here is usually 99% about financial.
Yeah.
If there are certain things that you've decided that you must do, that you need to do, don't be guilt-tripped. This is my personal opinion. Don't be guilt-tripped into, it's either guilt-tripping or emotional blackmail or, one of our very good friends who is doing quite well, it got to the point where it became so exhausting because people know, oh, Rachel has money. So every single problem, like a person gives birth to a child and they feel entitled to come and tell you, by the way, to Zire Hati, the bill of the hospital is, they're not asking.
They're informing you.
Yes, that the bill at the hospital is 600K.
Right. Yeah. You have money.
No, it doesn't work like that. So you have to be able to have a very honest conversation. And the problem now in the marriage setting is that there are many times when one person in the couple feels that they are obligated to help their relatives, and the spouse is saying, but hang on a minute, what about us? Right?
Yes.
And that's where the conflict usually comes from.
usually
Then
the
now you start
struggle.
saying, hey, so you don't care about my people.
Aha. It's called gaslighting.
Yeah, it is gaslighting. So I think that those are things that you probably usually need to talk about exhaustively and agree on even before you get married. But now that you're in there, you need to find the middle ground.
Yeah.
There has to be some middle ground and compromise where each of you feels like there's some win-win. But I would say, please be advised that if you're married and you're a couple, you're on your own. Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah.
You're on your own, and you need to be very careful about how you manage what you think is your obligation
That's true.
to relatives,
Yeah.
because they don't care about you,
Okay, they do, but not in the
babe.
way.
They don't.
I'm trying to sanitize.
You
what
can
you're saying.
sanitize all you want. Let's call it what it is. People don't care about what you're dealing with.
Not in the way that you would want them to.
99% of the time, people don't care. They'll move on with their lives
Yeah.
when they need to. So if you're not thinking about the stuff that you need to do for yourself, right? Then you're going to be in trouble. My advice on this, to be very pragmatic, would be very simple. Have a budget. And I've seen a couple of people do this and it works for them. Have a budget where you agree that our budget for donations for relatives is 10% of our income. So whatever needs come from other external sources must fit within
That 10%.
your 10%. If it has been exceeded, you tell a person, sorry.
I'm not able to help.
And the easiest way to do that is to remove that money from yourself.
And put it like
Put it
in
where
an
it needs to
account?
go. If you have it in the bonds or whatever, and the person says, hey, say, listen, sorry, I don't have
I don't.
Because
I
you
genuinely
don't. It's called creating artificial brokenness.
Didn't know that was a term.
Oh, it's a thing. I learned when we're doing Inspire, one of the Nigerian billionaires mentioned that, and I loved it.
Artificial brokenness.
Yeah, where you take the money and send it away from yourself. If I put the money in a building project, I don't have the money. So if a person comes and says, I need 300K and I don't have it, I don't have it.
I think what throws many people off is what people say after that.
They'll be fine.
No, I'm saying what the struggle is and maybe the reason why this person is even asking.
Right.
So there's people who feel obligated to help and to help everybody because they have and they see somebody doesn't have. And so if I say no, they're going to talk about me. They're going to say
they will be fine. Those people don't care about you. And I know it sounds a bit harsh. They don't.
Not in that way.
And usually you will discover that in their harshest ways, you'll usually discover that a lot of times your actual friends and the people you care about are the ones that you never ever thought about.
That's true. And I think in you saying that they don't care, I think that I was having coffee with a friend and she was saying that her relatives, actually she was talking about her sisters, wouldn't care for her children the same way she would care for them.
Yeah.
And I think that we could very easily be those relatives that don't care. The truth is, yes, everyone is on their own not at some point, we are all on our own. And everyone is building their family. And it's okay that they don't care about you the way that you'd want for them to care about you.
Yeah.
It really is because they have their obligations. They are building their own lives.
Yeah.
And so if for some reason you expect that they are going to show up and then they don't take it personally.
No, don't. Though that has to be a disclaimer. Even among your relatives, there are going to be people that you actually have very strong bonds with, who you can have, that sort of relationship where helping them is not them taking advantage of you. It's just there are people that you do stuff for and for each other. So I think that needs to be also put into consideration. But for the most part, people don't care about you. They are using you. Babe, I keep saying, I say this usually in quiet spaces. Today, I think I can say it out in public.
Oh, dear.
Do you have any idea how stressful it is for someone to be rich?
Oh. Why? Because everyone is looking to them?
You have no idea. I know people, our people, who on average will get 30 to 40 phone calls a day. Please help me with 100K. I need 50K. I have an emergency. School fees here. You're calling this person because you have an emergency, so you're one person. The guy you're calling is getting another 35 of those every day.
Yeah.
That's exhausting.
But who told them to have money? Who told them to have money? And also there are few rich people, so.
Guys, you have money. It's your money. Don't be gaslit by people.
Or maybe when you get wealth, you hide. Don't be overshowing us with your expensive cars.
I will enjoy my money. The best thing is just have a budget for donations and apportion it. Once it's exhausted, that's it. People will be fine.
Yeah, I really hope we've answered this question because I think there was something to the effect of helping people in your home.
Yeah.
I think that also boils down to a conversation with your person.
Don't. Are you God? Don't have a God complex. Don't try and solve everyone's problems because you're not God.
But that can be difficult if the husband wants to help his people.
Which is why I'm saying the compromise needs to come from, and you need to have a discussion about that. What to look out for when getting married to a partner who already has a child or children?
That one I will leave to you.
But you answer.
You answer. That is your question.
What are the dynamics? You need, this thing is a lot heavier than the question suggests. And it comes with a lot of baggage, right? A lot. Most of which you don't even know you're carrying.
Yeah.
And it will keep coming in phases and levels and waves. And you can't shortcut it.
No.
You can't pussyfoot around it.
No.
You can't avoid it.
No. You can.
You will try, but it will eventually. So if you are, from what this question suggests, you're getting married to a partner, which means you've now made a decision to get married to them. They already have a child or children. You need to be able to have some very honest and candid conversations about, your feelings about this thing, but also understanding what the dynamics are, and then establishing protocols,
ground rules,
and boundaries on how does this thing get managed? What does it mean? My suggestion would be, as much as possible, talk to other people, so that when you create the protocols, they are not based on emotion.
Right.
Because at some point, emotions will rise, and then this is what we agreed we're going to do with this thing, and then you're able to manage that. Because if you don't do that, it is going to be one of the biggest sources of conflict in this relationship, without a doubt.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think I would add that it's not always going to look how you think it will look.
No, it won't.
And I think your saving grace will come from the kind of friendship you have with this person.
Yeah.
And being able to address it and address the issues surrounding that dynamic of your relationship. But just really lower your expectations to almost zero.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lower your expectations, and it's not an easy road.
Yeah. The way the question is asked suggests that this is a woman who's marrying a man who has kids.
Yes.
Which is a whole other dynamic.
It's actually quite different from the other way around.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess we can speak to that dynamic.
Exactly. Because what happens is that as a woman, for example, you're going to be asking yourself, I think I've learned this from you. You're always going to be thinking, am I ever going to be good enough to be a mom to these kids? What will they think about me? Will they,
so that's part of the dynamic. Is raising the child.
Yeah.
And I guess
you have to put yourself in the frame of mind where because technically you are now going to be this child's mother.
Right.
But you're not.
No, you're
not. But you are. And yet you're not.
Confusing.
Exactly. So I think you need to be able to have some very honest, candid conversations and establish what the protocols are. Because also one of the things that we haven't mentioned, if you're coming into, there's a bond that you build with your own children.
True.
So now you're going to have to relate with kids that you have not nurtured.
Had a bond, yeah.
They already have certain habits that are formed and, temperaments and whatever. And so
Yes, I think I'll say one last thing on this is that conversation is not a one-off.
No.
It's lifelong. It's something that you're going to be navigating for the rest of your lives.
Yeah.
And so if you're not finding freedom of expression now before you get married, I would say wait. And I do not say that lightly. I would say wait.
I agree.
I would say advocate for an environment where you can have those hard conversations.
You must have those hard conversations.
Otherwise,
it will destroy your marriage.
Yeah, I was actually watching a TikTok video recently on this very subject. She was talking broadly about blended families.
Yeah.
And she was saying how this kind of dynamic have a higher chance of divorce.
Yes.
Obviously, because remember, there's many stakeholders. There's a child, there's a mother involved, and then there's the relatives of the mother and anyone surrounding the mom. It can be chaotic, but it doesn't have to be. But if this is a path you are choosing, then be ready to put in the work. And have this
just my final thing would be understand the dynamics. But have those difficult conversations. Try and exhaust every possible thing that you think about that would arise. But talk to people about it so that you, by the time you go in, you have some sort of guiding light on a blueprint. That's the word.
Yeah. Okay. How best should I approach or go about the fine line between submission to my husband and friendship with him? I'm struggling to find a balance. Ta-da! I think that we only think about submission from the point of kind of giving in or being agreeable.
Following his lead.
Following his lead. And I feel like submission is a lot more broader.
It is.
Than that. It's considering your husband. There's an element of kindness, there's an element of compassion, because when you are submitted to someone, also remember that submission is first to God. So
Has to
when
be,
you
yeah.
think about your relationship with God, when you submit to Him, you spend time with Him, you
That's assuming
regard,
that you do.
if you're spending time with God,
That's assuming that you do.
if you're submitted, you are being, you're spending time with Him, you're reading His word, you are respecting Him, you're offering reverence, you regard His opinion and His say in your life, and you are considerate of Him as your friend. I don't know if that's a thing.
Yeah.
If you're thinking about your relationship with God.
I think it's actually, for me, a very easy question to answer because from the way the question is asked, clearly you are already friends with your husband.
Right.
Then it's a simple mindset to remind yourself that while this man is clearly my friend and we play and, all these things, he's still my husband. And so I think it's a mental thing where you have to align yourself and understand what are the things that make this man feel like
a king.
Yeah, how you saved me in your phone.
My Lord.
Thank you very much. How do you? She actually did save me. As we had a session somewhere and we were doing facilitating a session, a marriage session.
Yeah.
And I think someone talked about how they called their husband
My Lord.
and you sort of
I picked up on it. I was like, that
and you did it for like a week and then it died off. But at least the name in the phone stayed.
Lord.
So that's the. It felt good for a week. I don't know what happened, but at least the name is still there in the phone. I will take that for now. But so you want to be able to remind yourself, how do you? And again, because Hollywood has spoiled us so much, we were into all this lovey-dovey nonsense that is not real. 90% of your, I'd say 99%, I did statistics, I love numbers. 99% of your marriage is going to be about deliberate, intentional actions.
Right.
And in this case, I'm saying you need to be able to actually write stuff down. And I've seen you do this. What are the things that I need to do to make my husband feel like a man, like my Lord?
Yep. Yeah.
It's not about how you feel.
No.
It's about what you need to do.
It's like a system.
It is a proper system. But the more you oil that system and make it work,
It becomes natural.
it becomes effortless. It becomes, I now notice when you've changed your hair within
Well done.
within 2 hours. It used to take 2 weeks. At some point, our son used to be the one telling me, Mommy changed her hair. I'm doing much better on that front because I have put reminders in my phone. Check hair. Has it changed since yesterday?
Wow.
I'm just saying. So I'm like, then eventually it becomes a natural thing where you're like, something is, she did her hair. Okay. So for you, it feels good. Oh, you changed the hair. Oh, you look nice. For me,
You have ticked.
I've put it there. I'm saying what are the things that I need to take note of that are important. I'll give you another very basic one that I learned along the way. Again, like you said, when we were talking about what has changed about me. Being a typical human being, you're selfish.
Right.
Being a typical Nyankole man, you've been built to have this aloofness towards things. You're insensitive almost by default, right? So it's very easy for you just to rub these things. It's how we are wired.
We have suffered, but carry on.
Right? So, but then now I'm having to start thinking, okay, what are the things that Rachel was talking about last week that I felt were personal for her? And then I'm going to take those notes and put them in my phone.
Go and
Right?
meditate on them.
And then think about it. And then I'll put an alarm.
To remind you.
Yeah. And then in about a week's time, 2 weeks' time, yesterday I was asking about the business you're
Yes.
supposed to be starting.
Yes.
It wasn't by accident.
Oh, you had a notification.
I have a notification that says, you remember what I sent you? The message was, oh, by the way, where are we?
on this.
Right? Because I know that it's something that's important to you, something that you've picked up on, that you want to do. It's something that's you're passionate about. And my job as your husband is to support you in that. And it can't be by feelings. It has to be deliberate to say, this is something that my wife is passionate about. What am I doing to support?
Right. Yeah. It really, it
You-
can't be automatic.
No. But as you do that, the love is then there by default because you're actually going out of your way. I am being selfless by forcing myself to think about the stuff that matters to you.
Yeah.
And you have to do that. It's not by feelings.
No. And you have to create time for it, I think, because we live in such a busy, loud world that there's so much competing for your attention. If you don't make time to think about your husband in that way, like, how can I balance this? And I think there are other basic things that you can do, like, of course, not shame him in public. Don't criticize him in front of his friends. Those are all
and
aspects
people
of
do
submission.
that.
Oh yeah, they do, because we are gangos, we are friends.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Can you believe what he said? Can you believe? Okay, sometimes I make comments on what you are wearing. And women, we are very...
That's what I'm okay. You can say whatever you want. Me, I'm not offended by that.
I know you're cool. But yes, there are certain... The way you speak about him in public, the way you speak of him when he is with his peers. So you're speaking of him
Say that man, you people, can you tell that man to do... I'm like...
Guy, this is your husband,
I know,
right?
Yeah.
In front of his peers, you want him to make him look good.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like you are a PR agent. Of sorts.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it's how you speak of him, how you think about him, because out of the abundance of your thoughts,
That's true.
you know, your mouth is going to speak. So it's little things like that. So just be aware of those things, how you spoke to him in the moment. Maybe you were angry and you lashed out.
Yeah.
Submission means... maybe that was unkind.
Yeah.
Let me go back and apologize. It's going to register as you're submitted. And you're not really submitting to a man. Pastor Sarah was telling us in that episode, she says, if you know that you are submitted to God, you'll be mindful how you speak, how you treat this man. If you know that you're submitted to a man, you'll realize he's not worthy of submission.
Yeah.
Because you'll see him as flawed. You'll see him as lacking in many ways. And remember, we have a front seat to their lives.
Yeah.
I see you naked. I see you in your shorts. I was going to call them your ugly shorts at home. The ones that have holes, the ones that they refuse to let go of.
I don't have any whole
You
shorts
don't,
with that.
because I have helped you.
Because you buy, you can't replace them for me, right?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. So
there's a temptation there to take him for granted.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
Don't take the man for granted. You've got to be deliberate about that.
We must finish, babe.
Okay, we pick up the pace then.
Please.
How long did you date or relate with your husband before you decided to commit? What's the ideal period to date before saying I do?
You tell the story.
Is there a formula for this?
I don't really think there is.
You can meet someone and marry them in 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's possible. Is it advised?
Yeah, Cliff is looking at me.
Is it advised? We are not sure.
No, it's not. But I'm saying you can date someone. I know people who've dated for 14 years and then
never
broken up in 6 months.
Yeah.
And then there are people who have met online, they've never met, and then they are happily married. So I think, again, what matters here for me is always going to be what I said at the beginning. Who am I? What are my values? What are the things that I see I want to be, right? So when you meet a person, you say, this is who I am. This is what I believe. This is how I approach these things. Again, those protocols we talk about. This is how I handle money. Is what I believe about money. Is what I believe about kids. What I believe about managing relatives. And if then things are aligned, and you happen to think this person has, you like their nyash and
Nyash had to enter the WhatsApp
it is
group.
there for the man. It's a thing. And then the family is coming involved. You do some basic research. You can meet someone and get married in a month.
You can. I think the goal is to be able to have some basic foundational conversations.
I do agree.
And those are
because also you can because you can find a guy who will lie to you and then you discover that you married a mufere.
True.
Which for me the background checks are then important. When I've said this on your show many times before, I'll say it again. When you meet somebody, whether it's a man or expose that person.
Yeah.
Expose that person to everyone. Tell them, hey, I've met a guy. If there are red flags, people will raise them.
And please believe them when they raise them.
Don't start rubbishing people and saying,
you guys don't want me to get married. Believe them and go and do your own due diligence.
So,
right?
but did we date?
Our story is quite complicated. Yeah.
Because we were friends. You came to work
at Power
for me, right? But you did.
Carry on.
And we formed a decent friendship. And then somewhere along the way, at some point,
with a lot of drama,
we discovered that we actually
You mean you discovered?
Oh, yeah, I discovered that, you know.
You came to the knowing.
I came to the, no, I was brought to the attention that, yeah. And
So
13 years here, yeah.
13 years here we are. Okay.
There's no formula.
There really isn't.
You just want to have parameters. Again, I know this stuff sounds boring and scientific, but it will help you have parameters. What kind of man am I looking for? You list those things and do an interview with the person. How do I like to be treated? This is my love language. Does this work for you?
Yeah.
If that fits, then you go.
I would add prayer, and I think prayer even before you meet this person.
That's a standard, isn't it? That's a given.
Well, it is. We are saying it is, but for many people, they are looking for a physical person.
You're in trouble.
And yet you need to incubate this thing in prayer before you even meet this person. Because when you pray, God has a way of, one, allowing alignment.
Yeah.
You are in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
You respond to the right message at the right time. You say hello in a nice way at the right time. And so a connection happens that you then carry on, in terms of conversations to find out if this is in fact the person God would like for you to be with.
And you must trust that God knows what's good for you better than you know yourself. Because many times we want certain things that are not necessarily what God wants for you. You'll only discover 13 years down the road that this was always the perfect person for me. And I keep telling you, I know that at some point you've had these conversations, where you're thinking, was I an option? No, you were not.
I told you that.
Of course you did. But I
didn't know that came out of my head.
It did. And I've told you on several occasions that if I could go back, I would not do anything different.
You'd choose me again?
I would choose you every day. I do choose you every day. Yeah.
Be in Twilight. Okay. I didn't quite understand this question, but let me read it. Maybe your clever mind will help me. In the initial stages of dating, who did you choose? Your husband now or your friends? When you are building a future, how do you protect the sanctity of your relationship while also having relationships?
That's a very easy question. I understand what they're saying.
Yeah.
And from what it sounds like, it's women, you have this thing where you like a guy, but your friends are just poisoning you against the person. And we see that also happen quite a lot.
We do.
And then you discover along the way that your friends were literally poisoning you against a person. And then when you've changed your mind and decided, whatever the person has moved on and said, hey, there was a particular story I remember, which was extremely hilarious, where I think it's now become a meme even on the internet. I like you, right? You play hard to get. I try a little bit more. Your friends are telling you that guy, he doesn't have enough money. He's short. His nose is what. And then you tell the guy off. And then next to you is your cousin who has seen this guy and the potential he has. And then 4 months down the road,
they're married.
The guy is marrying your cousin, and then you're throwing a tantrum that how could he leave me for?
She stole your man.
She stole your man. All right.
She stole your man.
So, again, I don't know how to say this without sounding bitter or what, but listen, you're on your own. You might have friends, they're good friends, they probably do care about you, but you're on your own. When it comes down to your partner and your loneliness, it's about you and your needs and what you are looking for. If you allow your spouse to be chosen by a committee,
you're in trouble.
Which is the same thing to your marriage. If you allow your marriage to be guided by
a committee,
we've had situations where you had people around you who would say,
me?
Yeah.
Mr. Weed. I don't remember that. You need to jog my memory.
There are people who, at some point, when, I think, at the very beginning, where you consult some people about stuff and then they say things and you're thinking, these people are they my friends?
Okay.
You remember?
I know what you're referring to.
Yeah. And so you're thinking, wait, the advice you're giving me, is that meant to help me make my marriage better, or you're just trying to turn me against my spouse?
Okay, yes, I get it.
Yeah, and so you've got to be really careful about the voices you allow to speak into you.
Yes.
Just because someone is your friend doesn't mean that they're going to, be useful.
That said, you still need friends.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, and I think that this person also would like to know how to balance building friendships and building the marriage. Obviously, the marriage is priority. Yes, it is priority because that's where you are in covenant. That is your life-giving relationship. That's where you're building family. Your children are going to come out of, that union.
Yeah.
So anything that threatens that, I think should be reconsidered. Are you clocking it?
I've learned it.
Oh dear. Anyway, so yes, anything that threatens that relationship and the sanctity of it should be reconsidered.
Yeah.
And so if your husband is telling you, those friends, before you dismiss him and say, oh, you don't like my friends, blah, blah, just listen to what he's saying because that relationship is priority.
Yeah, but also it depends on what he's doing because, that context has got to be important because sometimes your spouse might be doing silly things.
And your friends are warning you.
And your friends are actually seeing things that, maybe you're not. So
Wisdom.
That's the thing. Yeah. Have enough people who can speak objectively into your life.
Right.
Kindly share on conflict resolutions methods in marriage. I think we finished this at the beginning of the show, but have protocols. Just the way you have peace talks. Agree on how do we resolve things without hurting each other. The one thing I would say about that again, which I learned in the last few years is always ask yourself, this stuff that we're dealing with, is it important? In 5 years, is it going to matter?
Yeah.
If it's not, then you adjust yourself and your feelings so that this thing, humble yourself enough to be able to compromise on some things.
Yeah.
But also understand that you are on the same team.
Right.
You're on the same team.
I'd say communicate.
Yeah.
Even when you have nothing to say.
Yeah.
Even when you're still processing, I think.
But in communicating, don't abuse. The communication is the way you do the communication is.
You are a good human and you understand this is the person.
The person has made you angry,
and you are not.
You've talked about them coming back home late every night, and then they're still doing it 5 nights in a row.
So what I'm saying is,
and then they've bashed the car.
Right.
When they know that you don't have money, but now then, what are you supposed to do?
You have every reason to be upset,
but
think beyond.
Thank you very much. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah. Think beyond what's going to happen after this.
This situation has been.
Yes.
Yeah.
You still want the marriage to be there. You still want to be your husband.
Raise their concerns. Right. You still have to raise the concerns and say, look, we have a situation that needs to be dealt with. However, you are my idiot. Right?
And I love my idiot.
I love my idiot. It's the same. When your child does something stupid.
But babe, no, you keep using that analogy.
I know that it rubs you the wrong way. It
rubs me the wrong way. You cannot compare a relationship with a child to that of a spouse.
There are parallels that can be drawn, and here is why. There are certain things that your child is going to do that might upset you, that you will need to deal with, whatever. But at the very basic core, the reason I use that analogy is that at the very basic core of your being in your heart, even when you're angry with this child, even when you reprimand them or punish them, you're always thinking, this is my child.
That love cannot be compared to the love of a husband.
And I'm saying that you need to put yourself in a place where you're trying to
train yourself.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because no matter what happens in the marriage relationship, when something like that happens, we're thinking, I should leave this man. So how do you put yourself in a position where you train yourself to say, we're going to deal with this thing, right? But leaving is not an option. Just the way your child cannot stop being your child because of what they have done.
Right.
How do you train yourself to understand that I am in this thing, my idiot, right? You're my idiot. I'm upset with you. I'm not going to talk to you for 2 days, but I am here.
But I'm here. And
how do you do that? You've got to find a way of...
It's a muscle that you have to flex.
I agree.
One of the things I was thinking about during our season of conflict this year was even nations have what they call ceasefire or peace talks. And so as a couple, I mean, you are a much smaller unit than a nation. if two countries that are bombing each other can sit in a room and talk,
And say, this is mutually self-assured destruction. Can we please
can
calm
we
it down
cease fire? Okay, at least for 3 days.
before we kill each other?
Before we kill each other. I mean, you should be able to put certain, those kind of protocols.
I love that analogy.
I think used to, I would be like, but if nations can sit together and talk,
Why can't we?
who does my husband think he is? Huh? Who does he think he is? Yeah, Iran and America, they are sitting and saying, okay, now.
And then you can't sit down and sort out
You are there and
small
treatment,
thing. But it
please.
was ceasefire.
No, it was not ceasefire. Go away. Anyway, give me tips for dating as a single girl. And then, is it okay to have no interest in a person who approaches me, even when I can't see red flags?
Be very careful.
First, answer the question.
That's what I'm saying.
No, say that it is okay, but be careful.
Yeah, even if you don't see red flags, that should be a good foundation. Again, guys, stop being fooled by Hollywood. The divorce rate in Hollywood is 85%. Not wait, it's higher than that. They get married today, 3 months, they've decided it's not working. And yet our people have been molded and conditioned to look at love and relationship from
That
the
perspective.
movies.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that. The most successful and healthy and thriving relationships are the ones that have foundations to work on and build on, that have protocols on which they depend, that have open communication channels, that feelings are like 2%.
They're important.
They are, but they're like 2%.
Yeah.
Eventually, you're going to get to the point where the butterflies don't come out of, ooh.
No, they come from overcoming certain things, overcoming hurdles. Dan over there is getting married. I think he's getting a free masterclass. Right now, he's in feeling stage.
Yeah.
After a few years.
The feelings are going to lie to you. So you've got to ignore the feelings and look beyond, again, for me, being very pragmatic.
Yeah.
What are the things that are important? You're two different people from two different backgrounds. You're different genders. It's a miracle for you to be married to someone else. And that miracle is created by you saying, who is Rachel? What does she like? Up to now, I'm still learning stuff that you like on a daily basis.
Because
Right?
you were absent in class in the first 7 years of our marriage.
I'm a man. I'm just saying.
No,
we're
no,
clueless.
no,
It's the honest truth. The
Men who are listening, don't listen to Mr.
Ladies, if you're watching this, please be guided. Your man is clueless about you. And if you don't help him to learn who you are, it is you who will suffer.
So there's also a part that you play. I can't be helping you the entire time while also being a wife and
You know
being
when
a
they
mother.
say Chiamba Gwe, you can
Now you're even starting another
you
conversation.
can bring all the fights you want. Me, I'm giving you a top tip. Help your husband.
So how do we help them?
The stuff we talked about. Right. If you have to write stuff down. Say, listen, I like flowers.
Yeah, but now, where is the place for you to also be observant? And say, my wife usually orders a cafe mocha. That's her favorite coffee. My wife likes fruit and nut chocolate. That's her favorite
Tell
chocolate.
him, I like fruit and nut chocolate. Tell he's trying to tell him.
No.
So that when he brings you, it sounds like, oh my God, he thought about me. I don't know, because you won't know. Babe, you might not like this, but it's the truth. Men are clueless.
You know what I think? I agree with you in part, but I also know that there are men who make intentional effort to learn about their women. And you can do it through observation and through listening and being more attuned to your wife.
A broken clock is correct twice a day.
Yes. I'm not
Those
saying...
men are very few.
And
Are we being real here?
Yes.
So me, I'm telling you, if you're
We're
dealing
out
with
of time.
if you're dealing with a man, because you want to be happy, you help that man. And as you go along the way, if that man is a decent man, babe, use us as an example. I'm
not
learning.
discounting telling him, but I'm also saying that you have a part to play. It might even be small. It might even be 10%.
That's fine. So you tell that to the men. Me, I'm speaking to the women. Help your man to learn who you are. And this is in everything. This is in the bedroom.
Oh dear.
I'm just saying, they are suffering quietly like an officer because the man doesn't know what to do and you haven't told him. Yes. That's a whole show on its own.
I know, right?
Hi, Andrew. Come tell and Reverend Gideon. We need to do another session on this. How do you handle being this is a good one. How do you handle being completely different on every angle, having different perspectives?
As a married couple?
Yeah. Yin and yang.
That is the entire
perfect,
marriage
right?
arrangement. We are mostly
Opposites
different.
attract. You are different.
We are mostly different.
Yeah.
First by our gender, second by how we think, our makeup, all of that. I think it's in embracing and appreciating that you're different.
Yeah.
When the conflict arises, don't see him as an enemy. Just see him as he has a different perspective. I cannot change that. I can only communicate mine.
Yeah.
Yes, usually it's a source of conflict, especially in the first few years of marriage. But after a while,
one of my battles these days has been to tell women that one of the mistakes that you make is that you try to turn men into women.
yes.
You want them to think the way you think and respond the way you would respond to something, which is never going to happen and usually ends up actually making
Causing
things a lot worse.
frustration.
But once you understand that we're different and then appreciate that, I think the more important thing is to make sure that the person understands where you're coming from, which I think we've been able to do.
We're trying. Yes.
Where I might not get it, but at least I'm being deliberate about trying to understand where you're coming from. How many to go?
2 more.
Oh, almost there.
Almost there. Kindly talk about being a stay-at-home mom who has to ask for everything. It's exhausting, and yet my husband doesn't support a woman working, yet his income is not enough for a growing family.
That man needs to grow up.
Oh, but there are many men like this.
Yeah, but they need to stop being silly. If you're not making, so there's two things. One, depending on whatever the level of income is, right? If as a man, you're insisting that your wife stay at home, then you must be able to take care of her needs. You can't say, and from the way this is being discussed, it sounds like a woman who might have an opportunity to maybe to go and work somewhere or do something, and you're telling her stay at home, and then when she says I want money for her, you say there's no money. Why are you being like this? That's not fair.
But do you have any idea how annoying it is for a woman to ask for money? Even though you have said, stay at home, I'm going to take care of you, and you're giving the hefty kameza, let's call it chimeza money.
Right.
Their needs. I saw a TikTok video of a guy who was saying, give your woman money.
But if I'm giving you hefty chimeza, why are you then now asking for more
Now,
money?
those are the things. Because the thing about having money, your money,
Right.
is it gives you freedom to make certain choices, to reorder your priorities. Say if I need a set of underwear, or I'm thinking our bed sheets are old, there are certain things that you men are never going to think about,
This is true.
right? So you
So
giving
what's
me...
the chimeza for?
Calm down. Anange.
What's the chimeza for?
When you give me money, somehow your mind closes. You're like, I've finished that one. No more. There are things that are going to come up in the month. A friend was telling me yesterday that she's going through something similar. The husband, I don't even know if he gives her money. That one is a completely different case. But there are certain things like your child comes back home from school and they're like, Mommy, please buy me some popcorn. And you don't have money.
Right.
But the man is working. So there's a certain level of freedom that you miss out on when you constantly have to ask. Then when you guys give money, you don't expect me to come back and ask you for money because you'll be like, but I gave you $1 million the other day.
I did. So what did you do with it?
Case closed. Because you are behaving exactly like this woman's husband.
Hang on a minute. Let's again.
I think my advice would be you need some financial capacity of your own.
Even if you do.
Not in secret. I mean money that you have freedom to.
That's not going to solve the problem.
I think it is.
If you have financial capacity for 200K and the man is giving you 2 million shillings, is it going to solve the problem? Because the issue for me here is, and help me understand this. So when a man gives you money, right? Chimeza money, as you called it. So what's that money supposed to be for? Where is it going? Why are you coming back?
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Why do you have a
that's the money,
problem
right?
with me coming back?
I don't have a problem with coming back. I'm just saying.
But you're asking and saying, what have you done with the money?
Because a lot of men are dealing with women who are spendthrifts.
No,
I'm just saying. But also,
the way I think about the home and the things that we use and the children and the stuff in the home is very different from how you think about it.
I hear you, babe.
Do you?
Yes. The other day you bought 2 baskets, the blue baskets, whatever.
Yeah, they were gray.
Yeah. I was thinking, oh, I've never thought of that.
Thank you.
I get it.
So now you've given me Chimeza money. I have bought food for the home.
Right.
Like the basics, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking, oh, but we have boxes. I would want to replace the box with a box.
And I hear you, which is why there are gigs you do that I'll never ask where did that money go, because I have understood.
You've appreciated.
I understand, because I'm thinking.
I'm saying financial capacity.
I hear you, but that being said, to solve this problem, especially where someone now says, I want you to stay at home, my solution to that would be have a budget.
Who, the wife?
Yeah.
Or both of you?
Yeah, no.
Or her?
You. The stuff you're talking, what's your financial capacity? Right? Because the honest truth is, babe, I don't know how to say this without offending you women, but you can be very impulsive.
Don't offend us.
You can be very impulsive.
Impulsive with things that will
Do you remember
benefit
a
the
time when we agreed on a certain amount of money that we're supposed to spend in a month, and you spent it in 10 days and then came asking for more?
That was in the first year of our marriage.
I'm just saying, but yeah, can you imagine how many people are dealing with that, where we have agreed we have 1 million shillings to take us through the month.
So as a stay-at-home mom,
and then I hand it to you.
What am I going to spend on?
And then I hand it to you, and then in 5 days it's finished.
On genuine things.
We agreed that it's going to last a month. You make it work.
Can you advise and we move on
Okay,
to the final question? What are your final thoughts on this matter?
Your financial capacity, let it be well calculated, justified, and defended, right? Again, it's one of the things where the transparency, I think, becomes important, where you say, as a woman, come to your husband with a budget. Okay? Negotiate with that on that budget, and then let the man give you that money as your budget. If you go and blow it, when you come back to him, don't come entitled, because you know you're going to come back to him either way.
I think
You and I both know.
I have every right to come back to you entitled.
No, you don't. If we
You
have
know
agreed
why?
that is the budget,
You know why?
he will still give you the money, but because we know you.
You said I should stay at home. You don't believe in a working woman. You have said you're going to take care of me.
And we have agreed that what taking care of you looks like, and you're giving me a budget.
We shall never agree. Let's
And I've
move
given
on.
it to you.
Let's move on.
And
Have
then you
read
brought it
your
in 3
question?
days. It was, how long did we date? Which we answered.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The final one.
Final one.
Please don't say a lot on this matter, because I know you are going to say a lot. Is there such a thing as sexless marriage, like 6 months without sex? I'm just 33 years. Please, babe, in 30 seconds.
Not possible. We need a show with
Kamtera,
Kamtera and
Reverend
Gideon.
The Mona and M.
And yeah, we need to do a show about this, because the boy child is suffering.
Oh, Gawe.
The boy child is suffering. We have needs. They need to be met.
Are you answering the question? Or
Yeah,
you're
I've
lamenting?
answered the question.
I think let's end that show.
But-
There is such a thing as a sexless marriage. Interestingly, on reality check, we did a conversation like this.
The only difference between you and anyone else will be that how can marriage exist if the one thing that makes the marriage relationship different from every other relationship not happen? What's the point?
Love, companionship. Guys, thank you for watching
almost made
that
me push the mic. What do you mean?
I have a gift for you.
We need a show on sex.
We do,
Yeah.
and I'm planning for it. Let me see which one is yours. Okay, here you go.
Oh, thank you, Risa.
Guys, thank you for your questions. I really wanted us to get done with these questions, because it has really taken us men like
it's
an
what
entire.
I want.
Let me see.
It's a beard and body oil.
Wow. All right.
Daddy cool.
Daddy cool. And then, of course, from Newman's.
Can I use some now? Is it okay?
Oh dear. Anyway, we love you guys. Thank you for watching. We will get back to you to get more of your questions. I apologize that this has taken really long, but we have finally finished. Thank you to everyone that sent in a question. I hope that we have been of some help. Until next week, goodbye. That'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
Here you go.